The Israel-Iran conflict is threatening to upend the global economy with significant implications for India. From the possibility of oil prices skyrocketing to disruptions in shipping routes, the crisis, experts say, could trigger ripple effects that threaten India's economy, digital infrastructure, and strategic ambitions.
The current conflict between Iran and Israel has obviously global impacts, but on India in particular, it has very multi-layered impact. Economically speaking, India imports about 80% of its crude oil, and a large part of this passes through the Strait of Hormuz, which is at risk during this conflict, especially when there is an increase in hostilities in this particular region. So, if there is further escalation, that could escalate the supply chains in this region. It could increase oil prices, and it could also increase insurance and freight related expenses for companies operating in these regions. So all of that directly has an impact on India's import bill, and also has a second order impact, can have a second order impact on inflation. So economically there is that, but also there could be some kind of trade disruptions as well, because a lot of maritime trade passes through the Persian Gulf as well as Red Sea, and these are very important for Indian exports.
At energy level, you can see that 80% of the crude oil which is importing through the Persian Gulf region by India. And we can also see that with the significant volumes passing through the Strait of Hormuz, which is a narrow maritime passage bordered by Iran. So any escalations at this place will directly impact on the interest of India, and it will raise the trade cost, and it will also result into the global prices up. And we can also see that in previous experience also, suppose in 2019 when there was a tanker crisis in the Gulf, insurance premiums for ships surged up to 20%, and oil prices temporarily spiked 4 to 5% during that period.
Experts warn that if undersea internet cables running through the conflict zone get damaged, either intentionally by one of the parties or incidentally, it could impact India's digital economy.
India's Chabahar Port, which is located in Iran, is basically it's like a strategic gateway to Afghanistan, and that is certainly at risk because of the ongoing conflict, because it is already a subject of Western sanctions, and that could only increase. The Red Sea in particular has, the waters in Red Sea hosts a lot of very important undersea cables. And that these are cables that connect Asia, Africa, Europe, and so on. So this instability can, lead to some damage to that. There has been some damage that has been reported from some places, especially by Houthi rebels, and this is not necessarily directly because of the crossfire between Iran and Israel, but the larger conflicts that have been going on in the region, where Houthi rebels have reportedly sort of disrupted some internet traffic.
New Delhi has reiterated its call for a negotiated solution to the crisis, expressing hope that the international community can convince Iran and Israel to de-escalate.